What up guys, it's Drama for Life here today and I'm back with another video. Now today's video we're going to be talking about Blue Lock the anime and why I actually love this anime and why it really surprised me. It's a very underdog anime for me because personally, if I'm being honest, I really don't care about soccer. I love sports animes. I think sports animes are fun. They have a different way of doing battles than regular shonen animes and I really love that. But for me to really get into a sports anime, it has to be about a sport I care about. And if I'm being honest, soccer is not a sport I really care about. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't watch the show Haikyuu. I think it's called Haikyuu. Sorry if I mispronounced it. But that show is about volleyball, and I absolutely hate volleyball. So I was like, I don't care about volleyball, so why should I check it out? And I had the same feeling about Blue Lock because I don't really like soccer. I can appreciate it for what it is. I actually enjoy playing it, but I don't enjoy watching it or really care about it, to be honest, like deeply at all. But for some reason I felt like checking it out because so many people are making videos about it and talking about how great it is, and I just want to see all the hype, what all the hype was about, because personally I just don't like soccer. So I was like, let me just check it out, especially with the new animes that had dropped out, because they dropped out 5 new animes that I've been currently watching. For a while now, anime has kind of been a little bit stale for me. There's some animes that I just didn't really care about, so I really haven't been getting into it too much. But for some reason in this year and in a couple of months within this year, like towards the ending, they started ramping out some great ass animes, and we had Bleach come back, we had season 3 of Mob Psycho, we had Spy X Family, and then they went on a hiatus for a while, and then they came back around this time when Blue Lock came out, and then we had Chainsaw Man dropping out, which was considered to be one of the biggest, manga out there, and this dropped out, and I felt like out of all of them, this was the lowest on them. I didn't really care too much about it. I was like, those other ones have something going for me to care about, but this one I didn't care too much about. I was like, I might think it's okay, and I will be honest, the first few episodes I did like, but it didn't really do too much. But for some reason, there was just something about it that drew me into it, and I went from going like, this out of all the 5 animes that I'm watching is probably the lowest on there, to actually this anime is not only good, but it's amazing, and it's making me actually care about soccer, and I was wondering why. And as I was watching it, I was realizing why I like this anime so much, and I want to make this video to talk about this anime and why I think it's actually amazing. And even if you don't like soccer or hell even sports, you should still check it out because it has something for you guys that will draw you in. And like I said, compared to those 5, I felt like it was going to be the lowest. But if I'm being honest, now watching it, I'm not saying it's the highest because they have some heavy hitters to contend against. Mob Psycho 100 season 3. You got fucking Bleach coming back. Spy X Family was already doing good, and then Chainsaw Man. So it's like, I can't say that it's the best out of all those 5. But if I'm being honest, I like this more than Chainsaw Man. I would say my order for right now would be Bleach, Mob Psycho, Spy X Family, this, and Chainsaw Man. And I know a lot of people are gonna get mad, like, what? How can you say this better than Chainsaw Man? If I'm being honest, besides the first episode of Chainsaw Man, I really haven't cared too much about that anime. But this one, after the first one, I was like, that's good, but it wasn't too crazy. And then I still was watching it and I started to love it. So this one is just, really great. I just love sports and competition and people fighting to achieve success and greatness. Even if it's in a field or something I don't care about. It could be stuff that I don't give a damn about, but if they have hard work, they have dedication, and they're really, into their craft, I can really appreciate it and get into it and be like, wow, they really care about it. And that's what this anime shows and personifies. That's one of the things I really like about it. So yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites right now. I will not put it in, I will not put it above those ones, but those ones are some heavy hitters, so it's not fair. But I think it's definitely better than Chainsaw Man. And I know a lot of people might not like that because they're rating Chainsaw Man really high. I think it's kind of overrated, if I'm being honest right now. But maybe my opinions might change a little bit later with that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this and a couple of the new animes that I've been recently watching. So I will talk about Mob Psycho season 3, especially when it wraps up, because I don't think it should be too long from what I heard. And the episodes seem to drop out pretty well, are pretty fast. And I'm definitely going to be making a video on Bleach before the end of the year. So yeah, but let's go back to Blue Lock. Now Blue Lock, like I said, it's an anime about soccer, but it's more than just that. It's about competition. It's about rising up to the occasion. It's about, like, many people, and it's very realistic because all these kids that are playing and trying to, make it into the professional league and go to the World Cup and stuff for their, Japan soccer team. It's a real dream and goal that a lot of people have. They want to become a professional sports player, and there's a lot of people that want to play professionally soccer. And seeing people, the thing about it is, in reality, a lot of these sports, many people try, they might be something good, but they don't always succeed. A lot of them fail. So the story is very enticing to the common man because we see people that are trying to achieve something that's hard and that not many people can, and try to find a way to excel at that. And that really touches us on a human level, that we're like, wow, I can understand them because there's things in my life that I want to accomplish. Maybe not being a sports player, but there's other things I want to accomplish, and I know how hard it is and the hard work and dedication I have to put into it to achieve it. So that's one of the reasons I really appreciated this anime with the characters and their motivations, them fighting for something they care about, but also the fact that this anime is about them being selfish. It's other animes like, oh, it's about working together and helping people. This one's like, no. It's about you showing why you're the best, why you deserve it, why you deserve to shine. And it's an anime about teamwork, but also individually showcasing that you're the best. So you have teamwork in here, but then you also have the opposite of teamwork, and see how these two, opposite ideals are going to clash together and how they're going to work. How are you going to build up teams of these guys that are supposed to be competing against each other? But then again, it makes you reminds you of like, reality TV shows where these people are supposed to be working together, but they're also in a competition, so they're supposed to be going against each other. So it kind of reminds me of like, Kitchen Nightmares or Survivor or one of these other, reality game shows. But it's for, actually competing in the sport, so it's just cool that way. Also, it's giving me more explanation on how soccer works, and I just think it's kind of cool to see, athleticism in general. And these people working hard. I just love competition, and anime showcase competition very well because they showcase the seriousness of competition and hard work you have to put into it and what you have to go through. And a lot of the characters are also pretty cool too. They have a ton of great characters. The main character is a lot different than other main characters where he's trying to be on everybody's side. He's still a nice guy, but he's also has like a monster in him. He has this monster that wants to win, to be the best, who is selfish, but he needs that selfishness to succeed. And you definitely see this in the first episode when he's, playing against this guy named Ryosaku Kira. He was considered to be one of the best, players. He was known to be one of the best soccer players in in Japan and stuff. And when he went in there, he was the top guy in his little facility area. And I assumed that this guy was going to be a big main rival. There was going to be a little back and forth between them, like a friendship, but also a little bit of a rivalry as it goes on. But no, the first episode, literally he gets eliminated by the main character. He kicks the ball in his face because he realizes that he's the biggest threat. And for me, that was amazing for a couple of reasons. One, people always talk about, oh, I want something new, something different. And one thing that really annoys me when people say that is usually when they want something new or different, they don't care if it makes sense or if it's good. They just want something new. For me, I don't mind new stuff, but it has to be done well. And this is one of those things which was new in a different direction, but it was done very well, and I really liked it. Because usually in animes, that's the way it would go. They would just be rivals and working, and they would be the last two against each other, and then we'll see who's the better one. But in this one, they're like, no. You think this guy's going to be a big part? You think this guy's going to be having some rivalry with him? No. They all are rivals. We don't need him. We're getting this guy out. So that surprised me, but one, I felt bad for the guy, but then the other fact, I was like, that actually makes it a little more interesting, cooler. Also makes the main character a little bit morally corrupt, not like horrible person, because he still showcases like good parts of him, but kind of corrupt in the sense that he's willing to betray somebody who's nice, because that guy was a nice dude and he betrayed him just to win. And it showcases his dedication to win, and then the monster inside him that comes out. That is just so beautiful to see. These guys busting their ass off for this, because even if it's fiction, you can still respect it. And if I see something like that in real life, I'll be like, that person's a dick, but I admire and respect their, you know, hard work and resiliency to win. They will do anything to win, even if it means stepping over other people, and that's something you can be both disgusted by, and both impressed by and admire. I admire him for doing this stuff, and I'm also disgusted by him. Like in one of the recent episodes, he shattered a guy's dreams, and he's talking about, I just shattered his dreams. And most animes, like, I feel bad. He's just like, it feels amazing, and he's happy. I'm like, this guy's a psycho. He's an asshole, but I love it because, you know, like, he obviously is not a horrible person, but it's his dream. It's either him losing his dream or somebody else. And when he saw that, it was like, you can look in two ways. You can look at him being just an asshole and he's cool and he's like, oh, he just ruined somebody's dream and he's sad and he's happy. Or you can also look at it in a way is that this guy, you know, I have a dream too, and I proved that my dream was stronger. My fight for my own dream was more powerful than his, and that I was willing to do anything to achieve it. So that's where I saw it. But yeah, this anime is just so cool. I love it. I love the characters. They have some fun personalities. I think another thing that I really love about it, and this is something I've always wanted in my life, was to be, you know, and it might sound weird, but I want to be in a situation where they're kind of in, where they're a bunch of random strangers that don't know each other, but they all have unique personalities, put in like a facility area where they, you know, sleep together, train together, eat together, work together, you know, play together, all this stuff. And you see the camaraderie between these men, but also the competition. I always thought that was cool, you know, to see these dorm rooms where a bunch of people live in the same area and, you know, compete against each other, and not only compete but work with each other. So you see these different personalities clash. I always thought that was cool, and I always want to be in that scenario because I do think I have a pretty interesting personality, and I think it will blend pretty well with different types. But yeah, when I saw that, I thought that was cool. I was like, we get to see different characters with like different personalities, different ways they handle like situations working together. It's just so great. Also the betrayal, the, you know, the like level of competition is just also amazing. The soccer is great. And let's talk about the animation. Oh my god, the art in the animation, beautiful. When they fucking move, the 3D pan around, them going in depth, everything about this is beautiful. It's very well looking. It has a nice, strong, structured story. It has great characters. It just is fun all around. So I went from being like, I don't really care about it because it's about soccer, to I absolutely love this, and I might not care about soccer, but I still appreciate it, and it's made me appreciate it even more, especially in this. And it made me go from I don't like this to, oh, you know, this is cool. And maybe I might check out Haku or Haiku, however you pronounce it, in the future, because you know, it sounds very interesting. But yeah, this anime blew me away. It's definitely a great ass one. It's a top tier anime. It made a guy who doesn't care about, you know, soccer love soccer. Not I wouldn't say love soccer, but still appreciate soccer and love this anime. So yeah, this is definitely a top tier anime. Do not, you know, under exaggerate this or underrate this anime. It definitely deserves the praise that it gets. All the characters are amazing, and I would say out of all the, you know, protagonists in any series, he is the most unique protagonist out there, especially in shonen anime. Some people might say it's, you know, Denji from Chainsaw Man, but Denji's he's just a virgin simp like most of the anime fans are, so he's just a generic weeaboo. But this guy, he is a guy who has strong motivation, strong goals. He's good. He tries to be a good, nice person, but he's also has a monster in him, and I want to see that monster come out at some point. So yeah, I really love this anime. I can't say anything more besides this is amazing, and just praise it for the greatness of it. So yeah, love Blue Lock. Definitely a great one. If you guys want to go check it out, definitely recommend go checking it out. It's absolutely amazing. Even if you don't like soccer or sports, trust me, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love the competition and the, you know, intensity of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next time.